Hello, everybody. My name is Graham Elwood, and you are watching the Political Boom Vigilante, coming right to you. Underneath Wayne Manor in the outskirts of Gotham City rises up the truth. Gee, how come we keep going to war? I don't get it. Is it because our politicians profit from it? How did you guess? Did you sneak? Did you look at this before I went live? Come on. Here are the senators and representatives who own stock in Lockheed Martin, Northrop Grumman, Raytheon, and other top defense contractors. Now, this was in sludge back in January 2020. So this is Trump's last year. But again, it ain't just Republicans. We're going to find out. So this came out right after 2 weeks after. It was shortly after midnight in Baghdad on Friday, January 3rd, when a missile strike ordered by President Trump killed Iranian General Qasem Soleimani. Remember when we killed Soleimani and it was like, wait a minute, I thought he was our ally, and then we said, oh, he's a bad guy, and then we killed him? Remember that? Which is like, shows you the war machine, shows you that Trump's anti-interventionist campaign that he ran on in 2016, he didn't run on it in 2020. He ran on it in 2016. They sat him down and went, nope. The next day after that bombing of Soleimani in January of 2020, all the stock prices for defense contractors went up. Over the next 3 trading days, the leading defense industry stock index would surge 2.44% over Thursday's close. What do I tell you on the show? Follow the money, connect the dots. So what's going on in Afghanistan? I'm curious to know what our stock price is doing right now. Maybe we'll check in a little bit. What's going on with the defense industry? What's going on with their stocks? And all it's going to take is some plane full of American soldiers or American diplomats getting blown up by the Taliban, and we got to roll in. Now these 3,000 peacekeepers that are just helping with the evacuation, they're going to jump that number up to 20 or 30,000. Or Joe Biden will say, I'm keeping my promise of pulling everybody out there, but we're still going to do drone strike operations. Well, that'll keep the stock going. As long as we're bombing. I mean, gearing up soldiers is good for their stock prices too. But so Congress's top stock defense stock investments range of value of members of Congress combined holdings of stock and top defense contractors. Boeing, way up over $1.5 million. Honeywell, Lockheed Martin, United Technologies, Liebels, Northrop Grumman, Raytheon, General Dynamics, Huntington Ingalls, Texton, Airbus. Airbus, they make the cool jets. They also make weapons, as does Boeing, right? So even the small ones are still in the 6-figure range. But at least we got progressives in Congress. They're not going to sell out like this. Oh, Representative Khanna, his wife, Ritu Khanna, owns as much as $376,000 in defense stocks. Khanna told Sludge in an email that he said that he and his wife maintain independent finances and file taxes separately. Oh, right. Anyone that's ever been married, if your spouse, if their stock portfolio is in a defense industry, that doesn't affect your life at all. There's no conflict of interest there. Hey, my wife owns a bunch of defense industry stock, and I'm in Congress where I can pass laws to keep wars going, to keep the stock prices good. There's no conflict of interest up there at all. None at all. No. None at all. None. Like, let's say I was married and my wife owns stock in plant-based protein powders, and then I have nothing to do with the fact that I've got vegan guns and I want you to invest in my vegan guns. There's no conflict of interest at all, Khanna. And I couldn't even read the quote in this article. He's like, I am committed to, and sure, he's voted for some things to say we need to reduce war and stuff like that. But come on, he knows they won't pass. You're full of shit, Khanna. And this is the point here of this, and I'm going to get into more, showing you more politicians of both parties that are paid. They have investment. They are investing in war. Their stock portfolio is predicated on war, on the continuation of war. Why have we been in Afghanistan for 20 years? Because of this. But I wanted to show you Ro Khanna first. You can't be a progressive and then profit from war. You can't be in favor of any war anywhere if you and then call yourself a progressive. The Squad, the Progressive Caucus, it's bullshit. And if your wife is profiting from war, I hate to break it to you, friend, even though we file taxes separately, and they all have this bullshit. I'm going to show you Dianne Feinstein's numbers. Her husband owns a bunch, but it's in a blind trust, and we don't bullshit. And if your wife's stock went down to $5, would you be like, well, not my problem, it's my wife's stock? No, it would decimate you and your family's investment if you lost. Let's say this went down to $6,000 and we just lost $370,000. Well, it's my wife lost $370,000. I'm fine. Give me a break. Like we're all stupid. Senators invested in top defense stocks. David Perdue, $100,000. Now these are Honeywell, Boeing, Lockheed Martin, Honeywell, Raytheon, this all the group of criminals. Tim Carper, Delaware, right? 130. Tom Carper, rather. He's up there, $130. He has the most. Rick Scott, look at him. Susan Collins in Maine. That's, boy, she loves war. Isn't it great when women profit from war too? I mean, doesn't it make you feel like we've come a long way? Like now Ro Khanna's wife, right? So Ro Khanna, a man of color, Susan Collins, a woman, people of color and women are now profiting from war. Doesn't it just like make you feel like that's the American dream? Is you can be a person of color, you can come from a marginalized community or whatever, and start making money the same way evil white guys did. Isn't it like, don't you feel, I feel it makes me proud to be an American. Really does. John Boozman, Arkansas. Look at this. Sheldon Whitehouse, Rhode Island Democrat, 348. Man, this is the leaderboard right here. But no, who's got better than Sheldon? It's probably some evil Republican. No, Dianne Feinstein, $650,000. But it's her husband and it's in a blind trust. Oh, okay. Yeah, I know. It's a blind trust. It's like, I love these kind of things. It's like, hey, I've never gone to a strip club. Okay, one time I was driving around. My phone didn't have reception, so I was lost. I just pulled into the closest business to get directions. It was a strip club. So, $1,500 fell out of my pocket. So I had to spend 5 hours looking for it. That's why I'm covered in titty glitter. That's your husband's thing. Mitt Romney, he's only got $7,000. Oh, Mitt, I would expect you to be more of a sellout. Boy, look at these Democrats, $50,000. Gary Peters, nice. But Sheldon and Dianne, really? I mean, look, they got $1 million between the two of them. Look at them. Honeywell, United Technologies, Boeing, but she's all in on Boeing. Because Boeing, by the way, is a California company. So this, by the way, it's her and her husband's blind trust. This has nothing to do with the fact that she's a senator from California. This has nothing to do with that. Nothing at all. Nothing at all. Don't worry about it. Here are the Congress people. Boy, Congress, man, they're cleaning up. That's why that's why Ro Khanna's in Congress. You got to look at Ro Khanna, 376. Jerry Connolly, Virginia, big Democrat, $400,000. Man, another boy, Cohen and the Democrats are cleaning up. Kind of weak Republicans. Democrats are kicking your ass in war investment. Come on. You think Tucker Carlson's going to cover this? I don't think so. Greg Gianfrote, Montana. He's doing all right. Not bad for a Republican. I mean, you're no bloodthirsty Democrat. Phil Rowe, $200,000, Republican. And the Republicans, God, they're just dropping the ball. Joe Kennedy, $150,000. Attaboy. Way to bring the Kennedy name back. Nice. Get that Kennedy name. Good to see an Irish guy from Boston making money off of war. Way to go. Your uncle'd be proud. Your dad, uncle, they'd all be proud of you. Jesus. Look at this. Look at this. Republicans and Democrats, all alike. Oh, there's more. It's kind of the bottom of the barrel, just the bottom dwellers only got 50, 60 grand in investments in war, I guess. Dwight Evans, Democrat. Kurt Schrader from Oregon, 65. Lockheed, Raytheon, nice. Tommy Susie, Big D getting 100 grand over there. Look at that. Look at these guys. Nice. Yeah. Dean Phillips in Minnesota. Mike Kelly, Pennsylvania. Boy, Pennsylvania. You think the two parties are different? Two different districts in Pennsylvania, one a Republican, one a Democrat. One's got 65 grand in investments in war, and one's got 50 grand. You think there's a difference in these two parties? Do you? Gee, it really seems, wow, it's such a difference. The difference is one has 65 grand investments, one has 50 grand. That's the difference in the two parties. Same state. Oh, God. Never-ending war, guys. Why is there never-ending war? Freedom, justice, tyranny. Well, I'm going to show you. And you know who says war is a racket? Is it a hippie? Anti-war person like Medea Benjamin at Code Pink, who I utterly respect. She says war is a racket. But you know who said it way before Medea Benjamin? The most highly decorated Marine in United States history, General Smedley Butler.
Smedley Butler, a U.S. Marine Corps General Major who was the most decorated Marine at the time of his death, stated it well when he wrote,
I spent 33 years and 4 months in active military service, and during that period, I spent most of my time as a high-class muscle man for big business, for Wall Street and the bankers. In short, I was a racketeer, a gangster for capitalism. I helped make Mexico safe for American oil interests. I helped make Haiti and Cuba a decent place for the National City Bank boys to collect revenues in. I helped in raping of half a dozen Central American republics for the benefit of Wall Street. I helped purify Nicaragua for the International Banking House of Brown Brothers. I brought light to the Dominican Republic for the American sugar interests. I helped make Honduras right for the American fruit companies. In China, I helped see to it that Standard Oil went on its way unmolested. Looking back on it, I might have given Al Capone a few hints. The best that he could do was operate his racket in 3 districts. I operated on 3 continents. War is a racket. It always has been. A few profit and the many pay. But there is a way to stop it. You can end it by disarmament conferences. It can be smashed effectively only by taking the profit out of war.
Hard to take the profit out of war when everyone in Congress and the Senate in both of these utterly corrupt parties is making money hand over fist. It's really unreal. And they'll give quotes. Don't listen to their Twitter feed. What do I tell you? Because Khanna is going to be like, stop the war on his Twitter feed, and maybe he'll even grandstand, on the floor of Congress. But that's bullshit. That's just grandstanding on a bill that he knows is never going to get passed when his wife is making money. So him and his wife, they profit from war. If he was so anti-war, his wife would go, we're selling these stocks. We won out. And we're giving the money to Code Pink or something. It's all talk, man. You cannot be a progressive and profit from war. You can't. It's impossible. You can't do it. These are people in Congress and the Senate. They are some of the most powerful people in the world. And they're getting profit from stocks. I mean, and that's stock that's investment. That's not even the campaign contributions. I didn't even get into that. Like, it's such a joke, man. You cannot reform. You can't be a progressive inside the Democratic Party. That's why Norma Jean Swearengin left to join the People's Party. And if Khanna was a real progressive, he would leave. Same thing with Nina Turner. If they don't leave, if they keep thinking they're going to reform this party from within, They're liars, and they're not who they say they are. They're not. Norma Jean Swearengin, she backed up her words and bailed and left. So you think you cannot reform this Democrat? This is even if you're I'm going to be straight and narrow on the Democratic Party. No one else is. No one else is. So why be in that party? No one's got your back. You think Dianne Feinstein's got your back if you want to come in and like hold defense contractors accountable? No. They'll call you hate America and you want to kill the U.S. soldiers and you don't want to defend our freedom. That's the card they'll play. Democrats will play that card with you. Trust me. They'll play the same card the Republicans play. Whatever card they got to play to keep that gravy train coming from the war manufacturers. The Senate just gave Joe Biden an extra $25 billion for his war budget. The democratically controlled Senate, by the way, the democratically controlled Congress signed off on it as well. When are you going to wake up, man? There's no difference in the two parties. All right. We could have got out of Afghanistan 10 years ago. Obama in December of 2009 said we were going to be out in 18 months. That was when he put the 30,000 troops in there. That's Obama, who I voted for twice, regretfully. Follow the money, connect the dots, get the truth. War's a racket. Smedley Butler said it like 90 years ago. What was true in the 1930s is true in the 2020s. Thanks for watching the show, everybody. Shave your knuckles for justice. Boom. Hey, everybody, it's Graham Elwood. We are going on the road, Ron Placone and I, in September and October. Check GrahamElwood.com for tour dates, probably coming to a city near you. A lot of these shows have sold out in the past. We haven't been on the road in a year and a half because of the pandemic. Come out and join us. The post-pandemic comedy tour. Go to GrahamElwood.com for tickets. New cities being announced every day. Join us and support what we do at patreon.com/Graham Elwood and rockfin.com/Graham Elwood. Blockchain cryptocurrency platform. Thank you. You're making Gotham great again. Boom.